Hello learners. Now let's start discussing the next key point. Now I'll show you the next option. Again, double click here. This is the overlay edit. So if I click here, so the entire duration of 8 seconds has been inserted over here, and it starts from here itself, and this goes till 8. However, as my layers are turned off, you will not be able to see. If I turn this on, it reveals. But now I have decided that I would like to work on this entire segment only, the area of the footage what I have taken by in and out, which is 8 seconds. But right now what I am facing is my entire duration of composition is 10 seconds. Now there might be chances that it is not exactly 8 and it is something more than 8 but less than 9. So I've just increased that by this. You can go to the end of your clip and you can just drag this, so that you are able to actually get nice area of your edit. So I'll go here and I'll just zoom in. So for zooming in, you can add the plus icon from your keyboard, or else you can also navigate it from here. So the more you take this on the right, it actually zooms in. So this shows around 16 frames. So it's till here. Now what I want is on this 15th frame, I want the composition to end. What I'll do is I will zoom in over here. I'll just navigate this and I'll take the end point of my composition till here. My composition would play and it will go to the beginning of the time over here, which is 00. If you see, the entire clip is playing here and it is playing. So it's still 8 seconds. Now one more thing what I wanted to show here is, as this is still more than 8 seconds. Now say for example, if you want exactly your comp to be of the time duration of your footage, then what you can do is you can just right click here and there is an option of lift work area, extract work area, create protected region from work area, and then you can click on the trim comp to work area. So if you do this, so your entire composition now becomes more than 8 and exactly as per the time of your footage. So this is how you can actually work with your footage over here, and you can exactly set your comp as per your footage, where it becomes very convenient for the designer to work on or the editor to work on, are getting the exact timeline, exact composition duration as per the footage which is required. There might be chances that you have an entire video sequence or a chroma shoot or a green screen shoot of maybe 25 seconds, but the editor or the director wants it to be cut down to 10 seconds. Then it's the same technique which you need to apply over here also, that you can just trim comp to work area. So this is how you can work with your compositions. Thank you. Now going further, if we talk of the interface of After Effects over here, as we already saw that this was a timeline. So if you come here, these are the effects and presets over here. This is the info. Wherever you take your mouse, it gives you an overview. This is the audio over here. This is the effects and presets, which is one of the most important panels over here, where you can add some effects. So for example, if I want to just make this image look more stylized, I'll go to some effects, which can be something like this, color correction. I'll take on brightness and contrast, just drag and drop it. I'll increase the contrast over here. And then I'll just go here and increase the saturation. I can just go and just apply this on curves. So these are different effects what we are actually getting over here. There is also something as hue and saturation. So just drag and drop it and just increase the saturation. And right now, if you see, this is the effect controls panel over here. This is the effects control panel. So if you just turn on the effects, turn off the effects, so one by one all of the effects would be just going off. So this was the original one. We first increase the brightness and contrast. then we increase the curves, and then we increase the hue and saturation. This is how you can actually work with the FX panel, which is available over here. Now, apart from FX, these are the libraries what you get. This is the align. This is the character over here while you're working on text. So, see, for example, if I take a text, morning, or maybe I can type it as holiday. If I want, I can just rotate this as well. I can also just toggle from here, and I can also change the blending mode. This is how it would appear. For this, you can always change the font family from here, and you can make it whatever you want. We also get the properties panel over here. You can change the position, you can change the scale, which was earlier not part of After Effects, but it has been recently introduced in the latest version, as we are using the latest version of this. We also have the text animation. See, for example, if I go on scale, you can just animate from here. Open the keyframe, which we have already seen, and you just add keyframes. It would appear something like this. This is a motion sketch, smoother, wiggler, mask, interpolation, and the other different properties which are available on the right side of your After Effects software or the interface, and the other tools which we'll be seeing one by one. This is all about the interface over here and the properties panel. Thank you. Hello learners. Now we will be learning about one more component of layering, which is also known as pre-compose. As you can see, this was the footage what we have worked, we had trimmed. And now what I want is, as this is my footage over here, and to do is I would like to take this text layer on different composition altogether over here, as this is my image over here. I would like to take this, or you can add multiple layers over here and you can pre-compose. What exactly pre-compose does is it actually takes all the layers into one single composition, maintaining all the animations and the rest of the changes what you have done, or the additions what you have done. As this was a text layer which is holiday, what I'll do is I'll right click here and there is an option of pre-compose. I'll just click here and I will say this as text layer, and then I'll just hit an OK. So if you see now, this has changed to a golden color over here, which is this, the color of this layer. Now if I go inside the text layer, I get this holiday. Let me take the background solid setting just for viewing purpose. If you see, or right click, or maybe let me take new solid which a light color of sky, just hit, and then I'll be taking this layer beneath. So if you see, this is the text what we have. Now say for example, if you change this text, if you change anything over here, If I make this animation more fast, so it appears like this. If I change the text by just clicking here and saying change, and then I turn this off, what would happen is if I change the background color to white, I hit OK and OK. And then if I go to my main over here, so if you see, we are getting this. The background, the color over here has changed, which was black because we had already applied a blending mode. Let me take that to overlay. And even the text what we had is changed. So that is the advantage of pre-compose over here. So any layer or anything which you want to add, say for example, if you go here and if I click on rotate and make this 0, I place this here, and if I take a new text, and if I increase the size over here, so if you see, this appears, and then over here again, if I want to have an opacity on, or if I want to have a change in the opacity, the shortcut for that is T. If you want to change the opacity, I'll add a keyframe over here. I'll make it to 0, hit enter. Once this appears, again I'll add a keyframe over here, which is 0, and over here I'll make this to 100 so that my entire text is visible. Now the color over here is black of the text, but if we go to comp 8, we'll not be seeing black because we are actually we have actually changed the mode of this, which was in overlay. So now if you see, this is how it appears, which is change is constant. And this is how you can actually pre-compose. Thank you.